"I don't have respect for him because he doesn't show respect for me," is a quote directly from the mouth of Manchester United's greatest ever legend. Cristiano Ronaldo has sat down with the ironed out testicle that is Piers Morgan and told the world his thoughts on the current situation at Manchester United. And it started with a direct line of disrespect to Eric Ten Hag. 9 more quotes are to follow as we read through this explosive interview leaked just 24 hours ago. "If you don't have respect for me, I'm never going to have respect for you." Ronaldo has officially waged a war on the Red Devils' newest man in charge. Eric Ten Hag left an incredibly successful tenure at Ajax to take on the monstrous challenge of turning around the sinking ship that is Manchester United. And if I'm not mistaken, despite Ronaldo's questionable actions over the past few weeks, publicly, Ten Hag has never disrespected Ronaldo, but instead has been praised for dealing with the ordeal professionally and quietly.
It's also in the statement. He remains an important part of the squad.
This has left fans confused as to what exactly has happened behind closed doors, and clearly we've not been told the whole story. No matter what has been said to the Portuguese, a little telling off can't harm anyone, especially how he acted versus Tottenham a month ago. But Piers Morgan won't bring that up in the interview because he probably had one hand cupping Ronaldo's balls at the time.
That is inarguable. I mean, there's no contest.
If you're not even a coach, how are you going to be the boss of Manchester United? I'd never even heard of him. It seems to be becoming quite the theme of Ronaldo's return to Old Trafford as he looks to the touchline and doesn't recognise the man giving the instructions.
This guy is not even a coach.
Cristiano claims he had no idea who Ralf Rangnick was before the German stepped through the doors of Carrington. Despite this being incredibly condescending to the man responsible for scouting Sadio Mane, Naby Keita and Erling Haaland, Cristiano joins the list of every other Manchester United fan who also didn't know who the bloke was before he showed up in England. Since Sir Alex left, I saw no evolution in the club. Nothing had changed. One manager he certainly does respect, however, is Sir Alex Ferguson, the man responsible for serving us one of the greatest players to ever do it, Diego Forlan. After Ronaldo finished winning 3 Premier Leagues, 1 Champions League and a Ballon d'Or in 2008, he decided to go take on Spanish football, where he continued to be mildly successful. But on his return to the English game, he noticed something quite unfamiliar. Neither the fridge, the treadmills, or the lady giving the massages had been upgraded. She is getting quite wrinkly.
Nothing changed.
Ronaldo, in his own choice of words, has confirmed a suspicion from the fans for quite some time now. There simply isn't any money being put back into the club to improve the facilities. Carrington looks like how it did nearly a decade and a half later, with Katy Perry on the radio and Wii Sports Bowling as their only source of entertainment. It's impossible for you to come to Manchester City. Okay, boss. On the other side of Manchester, the toilets flush themselves and the TVs are flat screen, and in the summer of 2021, Ronaldo almost had the luxury of experiencing it for himself. Also, we thought, many fans speculated whether the rumours that Ronaldo could end up on the blue side of Manchester could be all a ploy to make United move in for their hero and save him from the devastating clutches of Italian football. But here, Cristiano confirms that he was in fact in talks to cross enemy lines and sign for Manchester City, and in fact it was a conversation with Sir Alex Ferguson that changed his mind. I don't know why he criticises me, probably because he finished his career and I'm still playing at a high level. In a confusing mess of respect and love for Manchester United's past and present employees, Ronaldo offers his response to criticism he had received from his former teammate Wayne Rooney. Ronaldo fired back to Wayne by boasting his longer playing career as a reason not to criticise another man when he acts like a child.
Because he finished his career with 30s.
For many, it seems strange to single out Wayne's comments, as the entire world had been saying very similar things, but looking back at this Piers Morgan tweet, Rooney has a managerial win record of 28%, so I suggest he pipes down with the management advice about Cristiano, whose talent, success and fitness level all dwarf Rooney's. This section of the interview is clearly another example that for Piers, this isn't credible journalism. It's an excuse for him to spend time with the man he has on his pyjamas. I'm not going to say that I'm looking better than him, which is true. Ronaldo thinks he's better looking than Wayne Rooney, which is true, not particularly relevant, but it's still true and draws scary parallels to this clip.
Don't shut the fuck up, you fucking piece of bacon! Why'd I get picked up?
As Picasso said, you have to destroy it to rebuild it, and if they start with me, for me, it's not a problem. Confused as to what this means, because it's a terrible attempt at the actual quote, every act of creation is first an act of destruction, but it does show an element of selflessness from Cristiano. He feels that Manchester United have to rebuild, and if it comes at a cost of him, then so be it. This would seem like much more of an impactful statement if this kamikaze of an interview wasn't 90% filled with disrespect towards people actually trying to change the problem. It seems as though Ronaldo's attempt at philosophy has gone desperately wrong. The quote is supposed to represent the ability to forget and destroy old habits in order to grow and create. Not destroy the entire reputation of your employers, throw them under the bus as a psychotic method of actually fixing things, all while you run away, relinquish all responsibility, and score some more Champions League goals. Maybe next time, leave the Picasso quotes at home on the walls of your bathroom. The fans for me are everything. This is why I give this interview, because I think it's the right time to speak my mind. It's clear that Ronaldo has love and respect for the fans, which at this point seems like the only thing Ronaldo likes in Manchester. But to spin the interview to seem as though it's a favour for the supporters seems incredibly disingenuous. Piers Morgan seems to be doing his best impression of Oprah Winfrey, giving the whole "were you silent or silence?" which is ironic because Piers seems to hate when a public figure comes out against the regime that they're under and accuse said people of disrespecting them time and time again. Not when it's Ronaldo though. For Piers it's warm cuddles and whispering sweet nothings into his abs. My family is everything to me, even more so after what we've been through this year. There is one tragic topic that looms over this interview. Ronaldo earlier this year with his partner Georgina suffered the loss of their son during childbirth. A truly heartbreaking moment that would shock and devastate anyone on the planet. There are hints that Ronaldo may have felt displeased with how the club had treated him during his time of grieving. Something that I certainly don't want to comment on as we simply don't know, nor do we have the right to tell a man how to feel once he loses a son. No matter what you think of Ronaldo and how he acts on the pitch, when it comes to the man and the father that he is, there is no question he cares for those he loves. At this time when the eyes of the world are on the 37-year-old, we must never forget to remember what the man and his family have gone through over the last 12 months.